Next is looping. Loop is a repetition control structure, which means it will repeat something until the condition met. The condition met can be it repeat in particular time. It repeat like maybe for like 7 times, just at since the start we declare how many repetition that will happen, or just when the condition met or didn't met again. Didn't meet the condition. Okay. Actually, the definition is the loop itself is a single statement or block statement will be executed repeatedly until the condition is met. So there are 3 kinds of looping in C++: while loop, do while, and for loop. Let's go with the while loop. We have syntax here. So while something, then do something. So for the while loop, it will be repeat until the condition became false. So it will be repeat and repeat again until the condition didn't met. For example, while Miss Isna teaching, I will listening, I will make a note. So you will do something here, repeat this activity until this condition turn into false. Like I'm stop teaching, for example. So when I still teaching, which means it is true, then you will do this statement. But when I stop teaching, which means it is false, then you can skip the looping, exit from the looping, and do something else here. This is the mechanism. Like this is the expression. This is the flowchart notation. If Miss Isna teaching, if it's true, then I will listen. But if I stop teaching, which means false, then I will then the process will exit from this looping. Okay, now let's take an example of while loop. So here we go. We declare a variable, namely count. The type is integer, and we try to assign 0 to count. So now count is 0, and then this is the looping. This is the bracket. So this is the condition or the expression. Let's go to the looping. While count is less than 5, now count is 0, so 0 is less than 5, which means this is true. Okay, this is true, so we do the looping. Cout count and then space. This one is space. So it will print the count values into the screen, because it is cout, so it will print to the screen. So in the screen it will be 0 and then space. And then the next statement, we set count, we assign count plus 1, which means 0 plus 1, which is 1, still 1, and we assign it to count. So now the count is 1, and we are going to repeat this section. Okay, because now count is 1, now count is 1, so we are going to check 1 is less than 5. Yes, true again. So we did it again, we do it again, count, and etc. This is the console, 0 and then 1, and then we do it again. The count now is 1 plus 1, so the value must be 2. We assign 2 into count, which means now count is 2, and we repeat again, so it will be 2 is less than 5, true, so we print out the count, so it will be 2 and then 3 and then 4. So what if it is already in 5? So when the count is now 5, then 5 is less than 5, false. Because it is false, then it will not go this one and skip these blocks, so it will print done. So the result will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then done. This is the tracing of the result of the previous while. So this is the result. The first one, when the count is 0, the expression will be true, right? 0 and then 0 is less than 5, true. Then the output will be 0. And the next, when it is 1, because we increase the count values here, we increase it, count, assign to count plus 1, which means 0 plus 1. So it will increase the values of the count every single repetition. So the second one, it will be, the count will be 1 is less than 5. Yes, it is still true, so we do the print, so the result will be like this one. And then we increase the count again. The count became 1 plus 1, and the count now is 2. So 2 is less than 5, yes, still true, and etc. So the result will be like this one. In the loop, we can also consider about the increment and decrement operator. The increment or increase the values of the variable. The symbol for the increment, or the notation for the increment, is plus plus, like this one, increment, and then this one is for the decrement. That means it will increase or decrease by 1. This is a pre-increment or decrement, which means we increase it first right before using the variable. For example, plus plus a, that means right before it is used, it will be increased by 1. For example, a is 3, and then please plus a, it means like 3 plus 1, which means 4, and then we will use a. For example, c is a plus b, then a in this section will be 4. And then this one is post increment. Post increment means it will be increased right after using. So for just like this example, but like this one, and then just a plus plus, so just increase right after use. Now let's take a look to the example. This one is post increment and this one is pre-increment. So it is the same code like the previous code. So we are creating a counting program. Integer count 0, count here must be 0. So the first one, the output is 0, and then cout count plus plus. That means the cout is 0 first, because the count plus plus means that it will be processed right after this one. So it's still 0 in the first looping, and then done. And then I'm sorry, repeat again, and then this is 1, and then cout count again, and then after cout we get 1, and then plus 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 plus. So we increase the 1 into 2, and then 2, so we get 0, 1, 2, and then plus plus, so we get 3, because the plus plus or the post increment happen right after this code has been executed. So repeat until it's done. It's different with the other code with that using the pre-increment mode. This one 0 and then count. We increment the count first, and then we just do the code. So increment first, so count, it must be 0 is under 5. Okay, true. So we go next, but there are pre-increment, so we increase it first. 0 plus 1, which means 1. So the cout thing here will be 1, because the count is already plus plus first, the count is already increased by 1, so cout will be 1, and the result will be like this one. So this is the difference. The post increment or the post increase, do the command first and increase later, increase the variable later. But in the pre-increase or pre-increment, increase the variable first and then post it later, or just do the rest of the code later. If you remember, I also mentioned about the increment and decrement in the arithmetic operator. It considered as the first or the highest predecessor in the C++. Like it have to be done first before any other operator like multiplication, modulo, and etc. So it's the first thing to do before doing any other operator.